My name is David Ross Russell. I am a 57-year-old physician. I was born in England and have lived in America for the last 30 years. This is my wife Dorothy, my daughter Rebecca, known as Becca. I have had an incredibly lucky, gifted life. I've been pulling aces off the top of the deck until the age of 57. Until the day after Thanksgiving, when I received a diagnosis of stage 4 pancreatic cancer. That typically has a prognosis of a few months, extendable up to perhaps a year with chemotherapy, but no cure. That was pretty shocking. It's turned my world upside down. I still consider myself incredibly lucky because I've had such a rich life. However, there is something that I've been involved with for a number of years that is also extremely important and has a future. And that is the organization The Small Things, that has been set up and is run by my daughter Rebecca. It is an organization in Tanzania that looks to improve the future of children who are born mainly as orphans, their mothers dying in childbirth, or for other reasons abandoned by families, or where the families are unable to cope. They are doing incredible work, both in an orphanage and a children's village, but more importantly than anything, in their family preservation unit.
So when we found out about David's diagnosis, David and I had a long talk about, how do you make meaning out of something like this? It's a very difficult thing to do. And the one thing he really wanted to do was to make sure that The Small Things has a good future. We helped to found the organization. We're major donors to the organization. We're both on the board. And so it's really important to us to see this go on and to see our daughter grow and thrive with The Small Things. So that's where we got the idea of the David A. Ross Russell Legacy Fund for The Small Things. And Becca will tell you a little bit more about that.
Try, as long as I don't start crying. Hi. So I've spent the last 7 years working in Tanzania, living out there full time. Some of that time, my own two amazing children are adopted from the orphanage that we work with. And really, since day one, my dad, my parents came out to visit, and they've always been, the number one cheerleaders for this community and for helping to extend opportunities to these really just amazing, vibrant, happy, wonderful kids who deserve bright futures and who are willing to do everything it takes to get there if they're just given the chance. And I couldn't be more honored or grateful that even with all of this going on, this is what's on forefront of my dad's mind. It emphasizes again how much poorer the world is going to be without him and all of us. But this is one thing that we can do that can make a real difference. We support already over 150 kids, over 50 living with us full time, the Orphanage and Children's Village, as well as about 100 in the community with their families. And we have the potential to really just change so many more lives as we keep growing. So I'm really grateful that this is not going to be the end of that, that we're really going to keep trying to make the world a better place in his honor.
And if you'd like more information, go to www.thesmallthings.org. Very easy.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.